Welcome to another episode of TeeVo The Beard.
You can't see us, but I'm TeeVo, and that is The Beard.
And we come to you again to talk about the geeky shows we've been watching. I think we can just dive right into the shows this week. There hasn't really been any big movie news or anything like that.
No, well, none I can tell you yet.
Right, yeah. The next...
There are things that keep happening that I just want to scream out into the world, but just not yet.
Yeah.
But before we really get into everything, hey guys, please follow us on our social media.
Yes.
At our Twitter and Instagram at TeeVo Podcast. That's TeeVo Podcast.
Yes, and if you have any comments, suggestions, or just want to rant to us about what we ran about, you can email us at TeeVoPodcast@gmail.com.
Good and negative.
Good and negative. We take it all. Just somebody please reach out to us.
But I do have I want to resurrect our icebreaker.
Okay.
I do have one for you.
Okay.
Can be quick, can be long.
Yeah.
I wasn't intending long, but it can be.
Yeah.
If you could change an ending to a movie, what would it be?
Ooh. Like, are we just talking about like any
sort of
movie?
Any movie that just, have you ever thought, I would have done it differently, or I would have liked it better if they had done this.
Okay.
Or at least not that.
Yeah.
You may not have to have a definitive outcome, but just not what they did.
Yeah. I have a very recent one that I would change. Yeah.
I only thought of this because I too have a recent one. And it's not really an ending, it's just it would have been a good movie to me if this didn't happen.
Yeah.
So that's why I thought of it.
Well, mine is it wouldn't change my opinion about the movie as a whole.
Okay.
But I really did not like the ending, and it's from 2015. It's called Turbo Kid.
Okay.
I don't know if you're familiar with this
am.
movie. Yeah. So I watched it last night for the first time. And I have a new favorite character for a dystopian future set in the past movie, if that can be a genre.
It is.
Named Apple.
Okay.
She was great. She was both funny and heartwarming and endearing and crazy and just all these things. And something happens to her at the end that I won't spoil for the people that might want to go out there and watch it, that I almost literally screamed at the TV. Because I was like, you cannot do this to Apple.
Now, did this thing happen like in a bad way? Because something happened to a favorite character of mine in our shows this week. But I get it.
Well, no, this one,
you don't understand why they did it.
I don't understand why they did it, because they had options. As writers, at least, they had options of different routes they could have taken, because there were like multiple routes. It wasn't just a this way or that way sort of thing.
Okay.
But no, they went the bad route. And if they would change it to a more positive ending, like I said, it wouldn't change my opinion about the movie as a whole. I definitely recommend it to people. But I would have liked the way it ended a whole lot better, because I watched that scene and I was like, okay, there's still like 2 minutes left in the movie. Anything could happen. But no, anything didn't happen. So, thankfully, there will be a sequel that was technically a prequel, but she shouldn't be in there because of how Turbo Kid meets her. But who knows? The actress might be back, because of her type of character. It would be possible. So
there you go.
And that's about as vague as I could be. So what is your example?
Well, the Academy Award nominations came out this week, and one of the big favorites is the 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, which is the new Mark McDonough movie. I saw it in December, and there was a part of there was a character in it played by Sam Rockwell. And I'm a big fan of Sam Rockwell, and he's probably going to win an Oscar this year.
Okay,
and for good reason. He's a good actor. He did well in the part, but I just can't get on the whole, I like that movie because his character is, in short, he played a very terrible person, which is the character.
Right.
So he was not terrible in the performance. The character was just terrible.
Yeah.
And there were a series of moments that make you think, oh, hey, we can like this guy.
Right.
I disagree. I disagree.
Yeah.
I don't like him, and
so he's not redeemable at all, really.
Not to me.
Right. Yeah.
But to be a favorite to possibly win the best movie of the year, and not that's in some ways these awards don't matter.
Right. Yeah.
Because I saw The Disaster Artist, and before the movie starts, there's, talking heads of like real people like Danny McBride, Adam Scott, J.J. Abrams talking about the movie.
Right.
And Adam Scott brought up a pretty, poignant thing. It's like nobody will tell you who won Best Picture 10 years ago, but people will still talk about The Room. Just to illustrate, The Room's legacy. But it matters to me.
Right.
And, I could tell you who won 10 years ago, but, the general public won't.
Right, yeah. The general public also doesn't seem to understand how these award things go, because I've seen a lot of pushback on Wonder Woman not being nominated. Because as much as I enjoyed that movie, it's not an Oscar-winning film by any means.
Yeah. I mean, we liked it, but it didn't do, other than putting Wonder Woman in the forefront, it didn't do anything we haven't seen before.
Right. And in fact, when you get to the actual battle and stuff like that, it's like, no. It
was
Wonder Woman deserved better than that.
Yeah, but on that note, it did get praise this year on recognizing movies like Shape of Water, which is
right.
Kind of the sci-fi thing, and Get Out.
Yeah.
So yay for them.
Yeah.
But just acting wise, yeah, sure, 3 Billboards. Give it there.
Yeah.
Everything else, no.
No.
That's why I thought of,
So you'd probably change quite a bit of that movie.
Well, it did happen towards the end.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So it does kind of count.
Yeah.
And I don't know what I would change it to. Just, like I said, not that.
Yeah, that's kind of how mine was too. It's like you have a plethora of options. Why did you choose this one?
I don't know what I want to do. Just I know it's not that.
Right. Yeah. Anything else almost.
Yes.
So,
but speaking to deaths of characters.
Yes.
That I like. I'm going to jump right into one of our shows.
Yeah, I'll let you take the first one there.
So we have Supergirl, Season 3, Episode 11. Titled Fort Rozz, Supergirl and Saturn Girl recruit Livewire and Psi for a mission to recover a prisoner from Fort Rozz who knows how to defeat Rain.
Yes, we had 2 good girls and 2 bad girls.
All girl power.
All girl power. Yep.
Well, first off the bat, I love Livewire.
Yes.
That's like my Supergirl universe favorite baddie.
Yeah.
And they just, CW just really doesn't like my bad guys.
No, they don't.
They don't like me and liking bad guys. Are you trying to tell me to like the good guys and the good guys will win forever? I don't. I don't like that. I don't like you telling me what I need to like.
Oh yeah, no, I understand that. Yeah.
So, but
if you like them too much, they'll take care of that for you.
But it's one of those. I get the episode because I like the episode that it was about finding humanity in its villains.
Right.
Supergirl, will try to get through to her adversaries. Yeah. And that's why she wants to do this. She wants to maybe find a way to beat Rain.
Right, without having to kill her.
Yeah. So I like that she got through to Psi a little bit, and she definitely got through to Livewire, and not that Livewire would sacrifice herself to save Supergirl.
Yeah, another one of those endings where I was like, all right, you still got a couple minutes.
Yep.
Something can change, something can happen.
And it's a TV show, so even though the episode's over, there's still more to it.
Right.
And I'm sure somebody can write it. It's just, I didn't like watching it.
Right, yeah. Because when you first sent me a text that you didn't like something about the episode, my first thought was how Brainiac 5 was acting.
Yeah.
Because he was introduced as very nice, very caring, knew what he was doing type guy. Then you set him against Wynn, and all of a sudden he becomes this major jerk. Yeah, so... But yeah, no. Losing...
But I get it. I get why they did it.
Yeah.
So it's not like I don't understand, like, how could you do this to me?
Right.
It's like, I get it. And
She couldn't have got just like a shot in the shoulder or something, though, that's easier to survive.
Yeah. No, she had to be.
Yeah. I like that Supergirl, though, is getting better about using all of their characters without making a whole plot about them. So you have, Alex was...
in this, right.
But she wasn't like, they weren't making us care about all this stuff. They bring up Maggie, they bring up cyberbullying, which is a real thing, and they cover it very comically. But yeah, I like that we're starting to see more of the characters in these smaller parts like that. So you still see them, unlike iZombie, which when they weren't using characters, you didn't even see them for episodes at a time.
Right.
So yeah, kudos to CW for doing that for us, and also for giving us more detail about Rain, because even though we had assumed that she didn't know what was going on and all that, it's been confirmed now.
Yes.
That she's basically unknowingly living this double life.
Yes.
And thank you for Miss Luthor knowing that something was going on and calling her and texting her multiple times. Because I'm watching this thinking, okay, 2 of your employees are MIA right now. What, and you don't care? You don't notice?
You really are a terrible boss.
Right, but no, she at least noticed that
her supposedly right-hand person.
Yeah, she at least noticed she was gone. We don't know if she noticed that Kara was gone yet.
But sure, yay.
Yeah, so any other standout things in this episode?
Did you the lady, the prisoner that they set up?
Yeah.
Did you recognize her?
As an actress?
Yeah.
She was one of those where she looked familiar, but I can't place her.
Well, she too is in Superman mythos.
Okay.
You remember Superman 1 and 2, Zod and his cronies?
Yeah.
Remember the woman one?
Oh, wow.
There you go.
Yeah, CW is liking to connect the dots here.
There you go.
Yeah. So very cool.
Because I knew when I watched it, I was like, I don't think I know you, but I feel like I should. Right. And then I was like, well, let's look at the old IMDb. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, no, it makes perfect sense now. Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah. Any expectations for the next episode?
It's going to be interesting to see how, now that, like you said, Sam is aware that she is losing time doing something. Yeah. She has no idea. Having a perfect ponytail, that's one. Right. But it's going to be interesting to see how it's going to clash with her regular life, the life that she thought she was supposed to live, the being the mother. And it's going to be interesting to see how Ruby's going to play into this.
Yeah, especially now that we know like Ruby and Lena are noticing these things. It's not like it's, Supergirl / Kara seems to fit her crime fighting perfectly within her schedule for the most part. Either that.
Well, it also helps that every single person that she knows. So when there is lapse in, Kara Danvers' life, they do know. Oh, well, she's obviously being Supergirl. Right. Yeah. With Ruby and Lena, they're like, what is Sam doing?
Right. She literally disappears.
What's my mother doing?
Right.
So I'm curious to see how that's going to play out. And this episode did end with another world killer being revealed. Yeah. Gonna wonder how that's going to play into, again, everything. Is she going to get a cool costume? We don't know.
I do wish, if I had to make one minor critique here, I do, they announced that there's going to be 2 world killers that the prophetess names. I wish they would have waited until the next episode to show us, even if they wait to the very end of the next episode. But instead of saying, okay, there's another world killer, wonder who she's going to be, literally flip to the next scene. Here she is.
Hey, here's people we don't know. One of them's going to be it.
Yeah, because the moment they walk out of the building or whatever they were in, I thought, okay, this is either one or both of them, right? And it could be both of them. We don't know. We won't know because she pushed her out of the way before getting hit by a car.
The one thing I thought about that was like, wow, man, Krypton really wanted to saturate this Earth with Kryptonians. Yeah, there's more of them than we knew. All right, sure, whatever.
Yeah, they were just sending space pods out left, right, and center, it seems.
Yeah, who cares about the rest of the universe? But,
all aiming right towards Earth.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I'm going to give you the lead on this one because, for a good reason.
Yeah, after watching it, I can definitely understand. But I didn't hate it. So I'm talking about The Flash, Season 4, Episode 11.
You were talking about The Flash.
The Elongated Night Rises. I did not make up that title. That is actually what they
And that is why when I saw the feature synopsis, I was like,
A familiar villain returns to terrorize Central City. Ralph must rise up to defend the innocents the innocent while Barry is detained by his trial. Barry searches for the strength to keep his optimism alive in the face of his new circumstances.
Okay, so being the person that did not watch it, I'm going to give my thoughts based on pictures.
Okay.
And the first picture that just made me go, yeah, no, was it in this episode? Was Bill Goldberg in this episode? No, or is he not?
Was? I want to say yes. I want to say yes.
You don't notice a very large gentleman with Barry in prison?
Yes, he is. Sir. Yeah.
Okay. First of all, seeing supposedly hardened Grant Gustin with his mustache.
Yeah, prison Barry
next to Bill Goldberg. I'm like, yeah, no. I don't mean to get vulgar, but if this were a real prison, Barry would be... The
relationship would be a bit different.
Yeah, then I assume they do it on the show.
Yeah, it's not.
So already I'm like, no.
Well, also, Grant Gustin's too pretty for prison. So when they try to dirty him up, it doesn't work.
Yeah. If anything, he just looks prettier in a different way.
Yeah, he's pretty and furry now.
So that's the first one.
Mm-hmm.
And the second one, now once I read the episode, I was like, okay, I get it now. It was dealing with trickster stuff.
Right. Not Mark Hamill,
Not
though.
Mark Hamill.
No. Which saddened me.
Oh.
I was hoping, because I like him as trickster, I was hoping to get at least 8. They show a photo. That's it. And I was like...
You get a photo credit.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I was like, give us a flashback, give us something.
So as the person who did watch it, what did you think?
Okay, so the first thing I've got to say is Ralph fixes up. He does man up in this episode. It is a goofy episode, and it's going to lead into an even goofier episode next week when they shrink the team. Yeah. Honey, it's called like Honey, I Shrunk the Flash Team or something. Yeah. But if they keep on this, then it kind of works. If they keep on, a steady theme. One thing I really liked about this episode is Barry stays in jail. He has multiple opportunities to escape. You even think he's going to a couple times, but he realizes that he's in jail, but he can still use his powers to help out problems that are going on within jail. So a riot breaks out, he flashes around, gets everything closed back up, protects, the guards. Other things, other fights and stuff break out, he can be there, and he can still do good. So he can still use his powers, but he's staying in jail so that it doesn't start a whole other thing, a whole other, domino effect of bad things. So we have Trickster Jr. and his mom. He's definitely a mama's boy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Prank's in here, but not original Trickster. They want to just take out Central City. They want to take over Central City. And the only one who can save them, the only one, is Elongated Man, who is not named Elongated Man at the start. They call him everything from Stretch Armstrong to just Stretch. They have so many Stretch puns in here. It wasn't until the end when a journalist is interviewing Ralph as Elongated Man, and he says, "Well, I'm just elongated, man." And she assumes that he's saying his name. And yeah. Now it was a good episode though, because we have Goofy Ralph, who finds out he's not immortal, and he still has to step up, and he doesn't at first, but then he does. It works. We get a little bit of Killer Frost. It was very ABC sort of thing, though. If you had no knowledge of comic books, you had never seen an episode of Flash, Supergirl, any of that before, you saw where this was going. That's as harsh as I'm going to criticize this one. It was very predictable. But it was a very fun episode. So I will give it that. I can understand why you don't care for Ralph and Elongated Man, though, because he can get annoying.
Well, it's just that's just not the direction of the show, I thought. In my taste. My taste.
Yeah.
And I stretched it. I stretched that. See, I'm trying to be a team player.
Right.
I stretched that for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
It's just my thought on it.
Right. Yeah. So, and of course, DeVoe is still doing who knows what in his new body, because he wasn't really a key player in this episode at all.
They left him alone?
Yeah, just left him alone.
Okay, well, that's good.
So we can go on to...
Black Lightning.
Yep.
Season 1, Episode 2.
Yep.
Lawanda, the Book of Hope. A glimmer of hope appears in the community that Black Lightning is back to combat the violence.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of heroes who don't want to pick up the mantle and be a hero.
My first thought of this episode of Black Lightning was, what channel are we watching? Yeah,
this is not the typical Supergirl Flash.
You know, last week when we said, I like that this so far seemed like the adult superhero show on the CW.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
upped it.
They said, exactly.
Yeah. They said, just in case there's somebody 16 or 17 watching this, we're going to up it one more notch.
Because the first scene was Nefessa and her girlfriend. I was like,
yeah. I wasn't sure I was watching the right show at first.
Me too.
Much less the channel.
Because there were certain shots of the camera was like, certain body parts better not move because then we're going to see things. And
this is going to get an NC-17 rating real quick here.
Yeah. And then some of the violence on the show was like, okay.
Yeah.
We know you're obvious. We can see The Wire is probably an inspiration of the show.
Definitely. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But...
in all the good ways. Yeah.
Other than that, but yeah, those are just my initial thoughts. But it definitely still enhanced why I like the show so far.
Yeah,
is that we are thrust upon this world, and we get an immediate feel like the danger.
It's a lived-in world.
Yeah,
yeah. Like when we were introduced to Central City, you know, we kind of started with Central City.
Yeah.
So it didn't have a big history behind it. This has history to it.
Yeah, we were introduced to Central City, and even National City. It was like, oh, okay, these are just your regular cities, and now bad stuff's going to happen because our superheroes here.
Right.
You know, with
this city, bad things.
What's the name of the city?
I don't remember.
Oh, but nonetheless, we know.
Yeah.
It had bad stuff happen before. It's still having bad stuff happen now, and
superhero or no superhero,
we can feel the need of Black Lightning.
Yeah. Yeah, because a lot of it is like very, for a superhero show, it's very realistic bad things. It's not like Killer Shark is coming through here and taking out people or, you know, Grodd or anything. We have real violence going on. Very, very real. Yeah, and we have corruption going on.
Yeah, and a couple of the scenes were like, oh, wow, that is super real.
Yeah, it's like, is this HBO?
Like the title character, Lawanda. Met an untimely fate.
Yep.
And that scene, I was like, oh, wow.
And they take out characters like nothing.
Yeah.
And there's like, there wasn't really a chance to hope that she was going to be okay. It's like, nope, she's dead. She's gone.
Yeah.
This episode, though, gave me exactly what I was talking about last week. Why I didn't want to jump on board or off board just based on the first episode. Because, comparatively, if we were just looking at episode 1 and 2 and nothing else, episode 1 was, nothing compared to this. It was like your grandmother could watch episode 1 compared to episode 2. This is getting us actually into the action, into why Black Lightning needs to exist.
Yes.
Because with the origin episode, it was like, okay, does it have to be Black Lightning? Could anybody come in and take? No, it has to be him because he is a central part of the community, of the school, of this city. So it needs to be him. And
I will say that actor Chris Williams really plays that up.
Yeah,
like when he finds out Lawanda had died, based just the realization like, I mean, I could have just that classic feeling, but it's very real and good to see on the screen. That feeling of, I could have done something about that.
Right.
And I didn't.
Yeah, because he is another hero that he is struggling if he wants to bring Black Lightning back. Because he seems physically strong enough himself to do things.
Oh, yeah.
He's kind of the Mack of the DC world.
But then again, I do like that they do show the age.
Yeah.
Because it does take place not too far after the first episode. And he still has to lay down after some superhero.
Yeah, so he is more realistic than some of his predecessors.
Oh, they're young.
Yeah, exactly. But speaking of young heroes, What do you think about Thunder? I don't think they've said her name in the show yet, but
no, but we know
it's Thunder.
Yeah. It's the classic CW. Yeah, you're getting better, but you're not there.
Not there yet. Yeah.
I don't really know what to think.
Yeah, I'm hoping that at least for the first part of the first season, they keep her small. Yeah, kind of keep her in the background. Let us,
or trying to not hide,
right? But let us enjoy Black Lightning. Let's get to know him first.
But see, the thing, what I'm worried is that not only did they spill the beans on Thunder, they get a costume.
Yeah.
So I'm worried that are you coming sooner?
Yeah, you're gonna just be the.
Or is that just are you just showing us for a very, very, very future thing?
Right. Yeah. Are you season 2 sidekick or are you episode 4 sidekick?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I like it obviously.
Yeah.
But you did bring up a good point. When are you coming, and how much are we going to see of you?
Because they could do, plot-wise, they could do a lot with, 2 secret identities trying to keep secret from one another. Yeah. They can work with that.
But see, the thing with Black Lightning is we were established in these 2 episodes so far that he has essentially his Alfred.
Right.
So he has means to have a suit and have basically the lightning cave.
Right.
How is she going to get her suit?
Thunder has, a girlfriend and a broken sink.
Yeah.
That's
How's she going to get, is she going to confide in James Remar?
They can share an Alfred, but no, neither one gets to know that they're sharing them.
Exactly. It's like, hey, what do you make this suit for?
Just in case. Gotta hone my sewing skills.
Yeah, in various shapes and sizes and genders.
Yeah. Oh, you never know when you're going to need a Robin.
Yeah,
No, I'm really liking the way the show's going. I'm at least mostly on board with it.
Nice.
I'm still keeping that one foot out just in case.
Well, that's fine.
Because with what they, like we were talking about with Thunder, but as of season 2, great job. Keep it up. Keep us in this city, this personal universe. Keep it away from National City and Central City for now.
Yeah.
Do your thing. Hit as close to that TVMA rating as you possibly can, because that's what you're doing well.
They sure are.
Yeah. And I'll make sure Baby Beard doesn't watch it.
This one, yeah.
Yeah.
Supergirl, fine.
Supergirl, definitely.
And I'm sure
fine.
Whenever they do crossover, because they're going to.
Oh, yeah.
Then she can watch Black Lightning.
Right, yeah. When he inevitably comes to Central City.
Well, when they do the uber giant crossover.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, to reach a new fandom that I've been watching. So I watch all of David Tennant's Doctor Who.
Oh, congratulations.
It was the finale before his true finale, when they brought all the shows together.
Yeah.
Like Sarah Jane and Torchwood. And I was like, wow, the Torchwood looks a lot more tame than what I'm told Torchwood, the show, is like.
Yeah. So, well, there's Torchwood and then there's Torchwood Miracle Day, which isn't that good.
So it'd be like that. It's like, you can watch, if the children can watch that one episode of Black Lightning during the crossover.
Right, yeah.
unless they're like, no, we're only going to do a crossover, we can do it just like the way we do it.
We're going to murder the puppies and burn the rainbows.
Yes. And then, you can use the other 4 shows to restore it.
Right, yeah. So, I'm gonna let you take the next one as well here, since that one's your baby.
It is my baby. My wife baby.
That's your wifey. Your wifey.
My wife baby. So it's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 5, Episode 9. Best laid plans. Mack, Yo-Yo, and Flint fight to keep everyone alive by starting a revolution against the Kree.
Yes, I wanted that one to have the vaguest, smallest synopsis. Because that tells you nothing right there.
And it told me nothing weeks ago when I read it.
Yeah.
And even watching it sometimes, you're almost still telling me nothing, but it's going to pay off next week.
Yes.
Because this week, we're still in that just setting that, cranking that rod until we finally let the ball drop.
Right. So this was not the last episode in space.
It's not, but it did enhance the action. Things did happen.
Oh, so a lot of things happened.
We don't want to say that nothing happened.
Yeah.
Just the big thing we're waiting on is you gonna get back in time? Is people gonna die? Or
yeah, because correct me if I'm wrong, this might possibly have been the biggest setup episode in S.H.I.E.L.D. history. Like everything that happened in this is to set up the next episode.
Yes.
Yeah. There wasn't a single new thing introduced. We don't get to meet any new character. There's no,
we get to reintroduce some characters.
I don't think anybody with a name died. I mean, there were a lot of deaths, but it was mostly Kree soldiers.
Well, Blue Girl.
Oh.
Well, at least we're led to believe.
I don't think she's dead.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
Be getting impaled?
I think, well, we assume then that the Kree are set up the same way as us.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so.
Well, if anything, she is badly hurt.
She is, yeah.
Because whether they're built like us, I don't think that feels. She's not gonna be like, oh yay, rod through my chest.
I don't know. She's got steel balls.
She does.
Which
she didn't.
She didn't. Yeah, it's like their weakness, steel balls, and you didn't bring them.
Yeah. Did they get lost in the gravity storm?
They might have. Yeah.
You know what? Maybe we're being too hard on Blue Girl.
Yeah.
Let's lay off on the blue balls.
Yeah. Oh. I think we managed to go, this was the 9th episode, yeah, we managed to go almost the first half of the season without making the blue ball joke. Almost. Darn.
Well, let's break it up because they're still separated.
Mm-hmm.
So what do we think of...
Which is something that S.H.I.E.L.D. does very well.
What do you mean?
As far as doing separate storylines, like a lot of shows will do A plot, B plot, C plot. This is like A plot 1, A plot 2. Both are very important that are going on. And then
just
we have
Supergirl, you're like, yeah, Alex has the plot, but it has nothing in the world to do with what they're really...
It was nice having it, but if it wouldn't have been there, it wouldn't have made a difference.
Gotcha.
Where with S.H.I.E.L.D., you have to have A1 and A2, and kind of B, with the Blue Spock stuff going on.
Yeah.
He was less important in this episode as
let's take
plot goes.
Let's take it, what do we think of Mack and Yo-Yo?
I'm not looking forward to them not being together anymore, which is what the preview I got from the preview for the next episode. I think it's a red herring that they're throwing at us, but
just like last season when we thought Mack was gonna drown.
Yeah.
And die in the framework.
Yeah.
He's still around.
Yep. But now they're threatening Yo-Yo. Yeah. So I think they're building that relationship up so that they can kill us. So they can rip it apart somehow, because we've seen the possible future / present where Mack doesn't make it. So maybe something changes and Yo-Yo doesn't make it.
Well, that is so. This episode did confirm that they are in a time loop.
Right.
So we don't know what Robin's message to May at her end was that planned, or was it finally, hey, this is how you don't do the time loop.
Right, yeah. Yeah, because the whole time travel thing is still wonky to me. It's like, so if you're traveling in time and you make a left instead of going straight, the timeline that's going straight still keeps going. So the fact that the world killer wasn't there, the destroyer of worlds wasn't there, should affect the straight timeline to now have it where the world does not blow up if she was the cause of it.
Yes.
So the fact that it does, either they're playing with time or she's not the reason it gets destroyed. Which, if that ends up being the case, I retract all of my previous complaints about how they're doing time travel. But yeah, even Fitz is getting a little angry at time travel at this point, not making sense.
He is just getting angry a lot.
Yeah.
Being electrocuted twice doesn't...
Yeah.
I just love this, the second time, he's like, damn it.
Yeah. He's like, I'm not trying to electrocute myself. So, yeah. I love Coulson's dry humor in every episode. But the fact that even in this time of crisis, he doesn't lose it. So when he's talking to Enoch about the stone and why they need Flint, and he's like, well, we have a piece of the monolith here, and it's got crystalline features and
rocks.
Flint does things with rocks. Enoch, though, also I've got to give him credit for dry humor in this.
If I had a stomach, this would be the time for vomiting.
And plastic is most useful, if not always appreciated. It's like, yes, Enoch, I want to see you survive. If for nothing else, just your witty banter. Yeah.
I guess the only thing we can say at this point is predictions.
I think
this episode, as we said, is setting up for this next one.
Yeah. See, the thing is, there seems to be no synopsis for the next episode.
I still don't know.
Yeah. So we are all very much in the not know thing.
We're at the mercy of actually watching it.
I know, which for this day and age is unheard of, because for every other show on here, we have synopsi for the next couple episodes. For Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., we had this synopsis, and the next synopsis I saw, it said, on May 9th will be the 100th episode. It's like, that doesn't tell me anything. Okay, that tells me there will be another episode, and I'm guessing since you're making a big deal about it being the 100th, you're gonna do something big with it.
Red Dolphin better come back.
At least in a flashback, right?
Yeah, exactly. Come on.
But I think with episode 10, I think they're gonna get back to this time. I think we're gonna find out that Quake is not the reason that the world got destroyed, and
how they do everything and everything.
Yeah.
No clue.
Yeah, we're going to get back to regular time, find out that it's something else that was going to destroy the world, and that they're actually able to stop that, and then we get back on the regular timeline, and it all makes sense again, and Fitz never wants to talk about time travel again after this.
Nope.
And Fitz and Simmons get married.
Yes.
Yeah.
And have babies.
And hopefully we still have Mack and Yo-Yo together.
Yes. And have babies.
And have babies, yeah. They don't have to have a baby. They have Flint. Yeah, they have Pebbles. So, Mack, Yo-Yo, and Pebbles. And Mack finally gets to retire from being a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent.
Like he wants.
Because he is tired of it.
And have babies.
I love that as an actor, even when he's not talking about being tired of the stuff that he's doing, he's showing it. And I hope that's the actor showing it and not being tired of doing the show. I hope it's that he's just tired. His character is portraying that tiredness.
I like to think he's just that kind of actor.
Yeah. He's putting those small nuances in it that some people don't worry about. So
off to the other distant space.
Yes.
It's all you.
Star Trek Discovery, Season 1, Episode 12, Vaulting Ambition. Burnham heads to the ISS Sharon, I forgot how they pronounce it in the show, with a special gift for the Emperor. With the help of an unexpected source, Stamets gains clarity while trapped inside the mycelial network. Saru asks for L'Rell's help. So, they're still in the Mirror Universe, which, again, this is completely unheard of now. And I'm just going to lay out all the spoilers. We have found out that the captain is not the captain that we thought from our universe. He has been from the Mirror Universe this entire time. And he was, yeah.
Wait, Malfoy?
Yeah.
So, Malfoy, you were introduced in previous episodes.
Right, like episode 3.
Is not?
He's not from this universe. He's from the Mirror Universe. It hasn't explained how he ended up in our universe, but he has been trying to get back to the Mirror Universe to defeat the Emperor. So he's using Anthony Rapp's character to take his ship through the mycelial network to the Mirror Universe, which is why he's always been so adamant about, we've got to do this no matter what kind of danger it puts anybody in. The reason that he's been coming across, come to find out, as this one-track-minded captain hasn't been because of the battle with the Klingons and all that. It's been because he's on a mission. It's a personal mission, and he is using anybody else in whatever way possible to get back to the Mirror Universe. Take that as he's a good guy in the Mirror Universe, so take that for what you will. Using and lying to these people in order to, get back to where you need to go. Because I imagine, even in Star Trek world, it would be hard to explain to somebody, yeah, I came from a parallel universe. If you can just zap me back over there, it'll be great. So he does kind of have to do it in a more conniving way.
All right.
Yeah. No, it's just a really great episode.
Did the arc end?
No, we're still in the mirror universe because
Still?
we're still there because Burnham has figured it out because people in the mirror universe are more sensitive to light, to our light.
Oh, huh?
They're around a different sun and all that. So
okay.
Yeah, so our sunlight and everything, they're more sensitive to. She finds that out when the Emperor has something flashing.
But they're not sensitive to their light.
No, because it's a dimmer light.
Oh, that's convenient.
Yeah, but it's one of those things because they do kind of after she sees the Emperor respond to lights in a negative way. She kind of does like this mental flashback of the times when her captain has had a negative impact with light, and it all starts making sense. The stuff that I picked up that was going on, but I thought he was going to be an android or something like that, or some other sort of alien. It now makes sense for how they're doing it. It makes sense in Star Trek universe. I still theorize that when they do leave this mirror universe, they will end up in one that is closer to the original series. They won't end up back in their original universe, and that's how they're going to connect, where the Discovery to the Enterprise.
But you don't know. You don't have an inkling when this mirror thing is going to end.
No clue.
Because clearly they're taking all your previous knowledge out the window.
Yeah.
It could be the rest of the season for all you know, right?
It could be. I mean, they started this half of the season with going into the mirror universe, and I thought, take a trip to the mirror universe, come back same episode or the next one, and never look at it again until the next season, where they're like, no, we've moved in here now. And I like how they're showing things that are happening on the Discovery, and they're showing things that are happening on the Emperor's ship, and some things affect one another, some things don't. It's an A1 and AB, or an A2 storyline type thing, kind of like S.H.I.E.L.D. Not quite as well as S.H.I.E.L.D. did, because there's still stuff going on in the A2 that don't care about. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so they're doing that, and we don't know, there's no reason why anything happening in this mirror universe is going to affect other parallel universes, so that's good. So they should keep their parallel universes parallel and separated. So, but definitely enjoying it. Definitely would recommend people.
That's the big reveal, though? That was the biggest reveal of it, though?
Oh, yeah. Because we already know that from the last episode that Ash was actually a Klingon, and so now we know that Captain Lorca is actually from the mirror universe.
So are they going to keep him or get the... So, wait, you said there's a mirror universe version of him.
Yeah. Well, come to find out that he's the mirror universe. So where our Lorca is or went, we don't know. Did he kill Lorca in order to take his place?
So there are two mirror Lorcas?
No, there's one mirror Lorca. He's just been living in our universe.
Okay.
But we don't know how he got that spot.
Okay.
Did he kill the original Lorca to take the spot? Did he see an opening where maybe some unknown had died? He took that name and then rose up through the ranks. Mm-hmm. Don't know his history, because his history was a mystery before this already. So, which is why I had theories about him being an android. But now it's even more mysterious if he killed somebody or stole someone's identity or did something in order to become this Captain Lorca.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I definitely recommend people paying the $7.99, because right now we're up to 12 episodes, so that will at least be worth the first month of paying for it. And beyond that, I think Amazon needs to sell these episodes, because I will buy the entire season as is right now. So,
well, there you go.
Anything else to add before we wrap up here?
Again, can't share it yet.
Yeah.
Can't share it yet.
But big news is around the bend.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or at least just a fun thing I can finally just say.
Yeah. Interesting news is around the bend.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll put it that way.
Well, the biggest news doesn't have to even do with me, but...
Right, yeah. So, and that will all be revealed, shortly.
Not too long.
Not too long.
Not too long. Yeah. I mean, waited this long. I can go a little more.
Yeah, as fast as you can drive a Lexus.
Exactly.
That's when we'll find out.
Yep.
All right, until next week.